Welcome to Behind the Mask, Episode 1. And today I am discussing my various exes whom I've had either a fling, a relationship, or whatever with them. You know, I'll be addressing many of them, so yeah. And, typically I don't make videos like this. I'm more, you know, about discussing various topics that are not about me. But today you get to see a behind the scenes look of what it is like for me, behind the mask. And you'll see who I am deep inside. So let's start with my ex girlfriend, Rebecca. She was very influential to me. She was my first love, and I was her first love, because we lost our virginity to each other. And I was very much in love with her. But things did not work out because we both lived in different cities. We couldn't see each other all the time. And so we had to end things because if we did not, it was just going to get worse. And I'd rather for us to end on a good note than for us to end on a bad note. Next is my ex girlfriend, Heather. And I found her on Facebook, and she happens to be a lawyer, and she looks like Amy Adams. And wow, I can't believe how lucky I was to be her first, because she lost her virginity to me. So, yeah, out of all the guys who tried to be her first, I ended up being that guy who, you know, who ended up being her first. But our relationship did not last long. I was making idiotic moves by suggesting what should be our, song, even though we were only together for what, about a week? Yeah, I was very amateurish when it came to relationships, so I didn't know what was the right move or the wrong move, and that's why me and her did not last long. And I'm just glad that things did not work out between me and her because our politics are very different, and there's just no way it would have lasted forever. So I'm just glad my relationship with her did not last. I'm just surprised that she is a lawyer and that she looks like Amy Adams. You know, I mean, I know it's been a long time since I've seen her, but I was able to confirm that it was the same Heather because, she's from Grand Haven and yeah, and her last name, well, I'm not giving out her last name, but, a lot of things that I knew confirmed it. So, yeah. Next up is my ex girlfriend, Christy, and I'm just going to say this. She and I would have never worked out because I found out some stuff about her that, she could have told me at the very beginning, but she decided to hide it from me, such as her pregnancy or that she does witchcraft. And yeah, it just wasn't going to work out between me and her. Plus, I made my mistakes by, keeping a secret from her that I was in an internet relationship. Yeah, I know. Very dumb of me, right? But, that internet relationship wasn't even very serious. I was more trying to, get with women that I knew locally. It's just that I was very shy and quiet, and, it was very hard for me to ask women out at the time. But it's not as hard for me now because I'm like a pro now. But yeah, I'm just glad things did not work out between me and her. And I have no idea what she's like now because I think her last name changed, or I just don't remember how her first name is actually spelled because it could be spelled with a CH, a CR, or whatever. But I remember that her first name is Christy. That's all I know, but I don't know how she spelled it. Yeah. Next up is Nikki. And let's just say she was more of a ex-fling than a girlfriend, so yeah. Um, she just jumped from guy to guy, and there was no way me and her could ever really have a real relationship because she's just not that type of woman, you know. Um, I was very glad that I had, you know, slept with her, but that's about it. Yeah, I'm not getting into details because YouTube tends to, be censorship happy with some of the words I say. So yeah, and I'm trying to keep the algorithms into my favor. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, me and Nikki just weren't meant to be. Next is Kelly, and I actually know her last name, but I decided not to friend her because mainly she has short hair, and I'm not really attracted to short haired women. So I just decided not to reconnect with her. Plus, she was more of a ex-fling than the next girlfriend, you know. But yeah, me and her slept with each other at my friend's Josh's house. Yeah, and she just slept around. Not just with me, but with everyone at the house apparently. Um, me and her had our fun, but we just couldn't have a relationship with each other because of the way she is, and I'm okay with that. She was just an ex-fling and nothing more. Next is Julie, and she was another ex-fling, and she's also the mother of one of my friends. I don't want to say too much about her, but I'm just glad I had fun with her, but we were never going to be in a relationship, and yeah, she just wasn't my type, you know. But yeah, there you go. Next is, I'd say, Ashley. You know, me and her met in Grand Rapids, and I was living in a very terrible part of the neighborhood in Grand Rapids. So, yeah, a lot of shootings and so on. Yeah, not a very safe place to be, but as long as you're not messing with anybody, you'd be fine. But still, it's risky to walk around there at night, and yeah. So, anyways, Ashley was into witchcraft, but unlike Christy, who was also into witchcraft, she never uh, put a spell on me or anything. And we had fun. Our relationship lasted for at least a week or so. I don't remember, and we ended up splitting up because she wanted to go downtown all the time, and I did not, and we just had differences that we could not resolve. So we ended things, and she ended up moving away somewhere else. So yeah, yeah, she was actually the second girl that I ended up living with. The um, the first one being Christy, but I spent the night more at her place than she did at mine, so it's whatever. And me and Christy didn't last that long either. We were together for about a week or so. But yeah, um, I wish I could reconnect with Ashley, but I don't remember her last name, and it's a shame because I really, really liked her. Next, we're addressing my ex girlfriend Mindy, and boy, do I have some things to say about her. I actually know her last name, but we're just gonna focus on my story with her, okay? Anyways, yeah, we met at this place called the Liquid Room, and we hit it off pretty well, and we actually ended up in a 2.5 month long relationship, but we ended things um, shortly after that 2.5 months, and yeah, we just weren't that committed to each other. You know, I had feelings for certain other women who I'll probably mention at some point, maybe in this video or another video. But, anyways, yeah, we just were not that compatible. And even though we lasted for over 2 months or so, but yeah, she's just, you know, very different now than she was when I met her. Like, her political beliefs and my political beliefs is what ended her our friendship together, you know. So yeah, and she's a train wreck right now because of her political beliefs. I wouldn't say looks wise, but yeah, her political beliefs and makes her a train wreck because she's so brainwashed into this woke garbage. And well, let's just say I'm glad me and her are not together, you know. So there's that. Next is my ex-fling Dana, whom I've briefly met and spent a few days together before, you know, ending things rather quickly. I mean, yeah, we had slept together for one night, and then, you know, we didn't really start a relationship after that, but, you know, we remained friends, and, you know, we actually got along very well, and, um, think her political beliefs are libertarian, and we're still friends, so that's good, you know. And I'm pretty sure uh, she's subscribed to my channel. I'm subscribed to hers as well. And yeah, she actually saved me from one of my biggest mistakes that I would have ever made had it happen. Um, Between me and this one chick who I'm not even gonna mention. I don't even count her as an ex girlfriend or ex anything, really. I'm just glad I never slept with her. I ended up sleeping with Dana instead, so yeah, Dana saved me that night. Because had I slept with that other woman, then I would have gotten her pregnant, and that would have been a huge mistake. So I'm glad things didn't happen between me and her. She was gonna sleep with me that night, but she ended up um, meeting my brother instead while I was in Grand Haven and she was in Grand Rapids. So yeah, because I was in Grand Haven with Dana, so my brother ended up, you know, sleeping with that one woman who was gonna hook up with me. But yeah, talk about luck and dodging a huge bullet, you know. But yeah, Dana saved me, and I'm very grateful. And I'm happy for her with her relationship with this one guy. And I'm glad that me and her remain friends to this very day. You know, she's an amazing woman and an amazing mother to her children or child, whatever. Um, a child she barely even gets to see, but it's whatever. Um, yeah, I read her post about that. I think a while ago, but yeah, I felt very sorry for her because I would love for her to reconnect with her kid, but it's whatever. And on top of that, you know, I feel that Dana's a very good woman, and we just get along great. And I love her, as a friend, of course. But anyways, on to the next, who happens to be Olivia, and I've known her for a long time, and yeah, we met, you know, shortly before I started dating Mindy, but yeah, and Mindy and her actually met each other, so there's that. And me and Olivia, we were on and off for about a couple of years, and you know, we got along fairly well at first, and she was smoking hot. She reminded me of this one chick from a channel called Fuse. She was a VJ. You know, mainly showing rock and metal music videos on a show. But yeah, and that's who my ex girlfriend Olivia reminds me of. And she was that freaking gorgeous. But over the years, she became a train wreck. She shaved the side of her head, and her political beliefs are very, very whack. And we just would never last because you know she even grows her armpit hairs and leg hairs, and she's just very disgusting. Let's just say how I know about this is, well, she has some pornographic material on the web. Yeah. And yeah, there's just no way me and her would have ever lasted with the way she is now. And so, you know, after her, I ended up dating her mother, but that's going to be saved for another video, you know. And yeah, me and her just would never freaking last. In conclusion, this is just the end of part one to, my exes whom I'm addressing in, multiple videos. I just did the first 10, so yeah. And I'm glad that some of my relationships ended good, and I'm disappointed with the others whom I'll probably never reconnect with. So, yeah. And that's all I have to say. Until next time, stay tuned for more truth, logic, and common sense.